Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video we're reviewing a Lexus RX 500H. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Larry Miller Lexus here in Murray, Utah for giving me some time with this RX. I'm going to include a link to their website in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a turbocharged 2.4 liter 4-cylinder paired to a 6-speed automatic and a hybrid system. Total system output is 366 horsepower, with fuel economy being 27 around town and then 28 on the highway. Now, before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood, I like the new design language they've gone for, where it's pretty much just flat there in the center and then falls off on the other side. A little bit more simplistic, right? And then we have Lexus's signature headlights, where the daytime running light mimics the Lexus logo. I've always thought that's a cool detail. And then notice that's all blacked out here. We do have fog lights, parking sensors, and then I like how the rest of the grille is also blacked out. Again, the contrast is really cool. And putting it all together, the contrast between the white and the blacked out elements I think looks really sharp. Now around the side here, our tire wheel setup is 235, 50, 21 in the front and over in the rear. And you guys can see with the wheels, you got like a satin finish on them, which I think looks really good. And then I like this, there's a little like blacked out accent piece right there. But anyways, we've got the body painted fender flares, F Sport badge, notice mirror caps blacked out, same thing with the door handles and the window trim. And then here is your full side view with the RX. You guys can see the body lines, especially this line right there. Now taking a look at the key fob, we have our lock and unlock function. We got the opening for the hatch and then the Lexus logo there in the back. Now popping into the rear, you guys can see we have a cargo cover built in from the factory and plenty of storage space here in the back. That's one of the big benefits of the RX, is it's just a very spacious vehicle overall. When you're all done, just press that button and that will lower the hatch right back down. Love the taillight design, especially there on the side, but notice how it connects in a light bar form. Lexus logo in the center, and then we have our RX 500H badge down below. And putting it all together, let me know what you guys think about the looks here with the RX 500H. Now take a look at the door panel. You got soft touch here at the top, and then I love this trim here, especially the design on it, and then more soft touch down below. Got your electronic release for the door handle. You can also pull it twice for a manual release. And then here the seats, notice perforated all down the center. You got the nice inserts here on the side as well. Legroom here in the back is really good. We also have a little storage pocket. We've got some vents here in the rear. Heated and cooled seats. We have our own climate zone, USBs. I mean, everything you could ask for. And then headroom, it's good. Now, sorry about the lighting with this shot, but with the front door panel, again, more soft touch. And again, same thing with the trim here with the really cool design. Another speaker for the Mark Levinson sound system. Blind spot monitoring with the mirrors, and then you can see the padding down below. Again, electronic door handle release. All of our window controls, we get our mirror adjustments. The mirrors do power fold in. F Sport there at the top, and you guys can see here how it's perforated all down the center. And then you've got some nice trim here. And then notice power adjustments right there. Pedal layout, which looks really good. Got our gas cap release as well as our hatch release, and then memory seat function. Now take a look at the steering wheel. You guys can see perforated on either side, and then there's like this soft touch trim here at the bottom, and then F Sport logo there at the bottom as well. We got paddle shifters here on the back for that 6-speed automatic. We also have stuff like our adaptive cruise control, and then these are for the heads-up display controls there on either side, which here's a quick look at that heads-up display right there. So if I go through one keypad, you can see it pulls up the menu, and then the other keypad, same situation. And then we do have this digital gauge cluster here in the center, which does change when you change the drive modes. Just kind of like a cool feature, I think. But overall, easy to use. And again, you use the gauge cluster and then also the heads-up display in conjunction. Now, this does have a 360 camera system, so you guys can see trajectory lines turning with the steering wheel. You also have the bird's eye view as well. Really good resolution overall, so I think Lexus does a great job with their camera. And then as for the rest of the infotainment system, you have a shortcut bar here on the side, and notice we can even see the energy flow with the hybrid system. But yeah, that makes it really easy to use overall. And then the climate controls are always accessible here at the bottom, including controls for the heated and ventilated seats. So it makes it so it's user-friendly. We've got soft touch here on the dash that continues across, and then more down below. And then I like that trim piece right there. And then more soft touch right here. And then with the glove box, pretty big with the storage space. Parking assist here, and that's for the camera system. Then you guys can see the vents in the center right there. And then down below, we've got some random storage, I guess is what we'll call it, some USBs. And then we do have our wireless phone charging pad inside there, and then some more storage. Got our shifter here for the 6-speed automatic. We have our auto hold here, stability control. That's like your off-road mode. And parking brake, some cup holders here, which you can push this one down, which is always kind of a fun feature. And then this has the trick center console, which opens up both ways. It's got nice padding on it. But yeah, good storage space inside. And then up top, we do have a camera rear view mirror, and then we have controls here for the panoramic sunroof, and then we've got a soft touch headliner. Now taking a look at the window sticker, you guys can see 2024 RX 500H. We've got all the standard equipment on this. Base MSRP $62,450. After all options, $73,750 is the total MSRP. And let's see how it drives. Let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's your visibility over the hood, both the mirrors, and throughout the rest of the rear. And let us set off in this speed machine, the RX 500H. I've talked about why I am super excited about this vehicle in the past, but this is the hybrid powertrain that's going to go in a lot of future Toyota and Lexus products. So yeah, it's just it's always exciting to drive, so you can kind of, you know, feel how the future is going to feel, I guess is a way that you could put it. But first off, ride quality is really good. Obviously we're just in the parking lot, but I mean, it feels comfortable. I love how Lexuses drive. I've always been a big fan. Seat comfort's also good as well. Nice to the AC seat function. And I like the feel of the interiors. Like Lexus, I mean, this is something that like I think needs to be mentioned. You know, post-COVID, build quality with a lot of cars went downhill quite a bit, and Lexus is not one of those automakers that I've noticed that. The build quality still seems really tight. Fit and finish, everything still feels really good, so I think that's definitely a big positive. Now, ride quality is also, it's smooth. Does a little bit of regen for you automatically, that's cool. So like, I haven't pressed the brake at all. It's doing all this. It's telling me that to sit up because I can't see my face. That's funny. Too bad. GoPro's blocking it. Very smooth. Very smooth. It's quiet too. Like, and that's one of the things I love about you know, just hybrids in general, is you get, even when the engine's on, right, because you've got so much power coming from the electric side of things, the engine doesn't have to go up to as high of an RPM to get up to speed, so it just creates a quieter experience overall. So we are in the, well, not in sport mode. Now we're in the sport mode. Over the train tracks here. And let's see how this, woo! It's got some power. It's got some power, man. And the transmission, again, even though it's a 6-speed, it's smooth and it's pretty quick to shift, it looks like. But I mean, this moves. This 4-cylinder by itself already feels like very torquey and punchy for a 4-cylinder, and then once you add the hybrid system, and Toyota really does it, you know, Lexus, Toyota, same thing. They really do it best in terms of just the performance of the system. And that's something that, yeah, well, that'll be a good place to kind of sum things up here with the RX 500H. So I think people look at this and they get kind of a little bit confused, because you look at the fuel economy numbers and you're like, they're not bad, but you're like, it's a hybrid, why isn't it that good? And the thing to understand about this is the performance RX, right? The, you know, 350h or 450h, right? That's going to be more of your, in Lexus's lineup, right? If they've got 350h or 450h, that's more of like your, I guess, traditional fuel economy conscious hybrid. But when they have a 500 right in front of something, right, 500H, it's more performance oriented. That's why you've got the LC 500 and the RC 500 or RCF, right? But you have the IS 500, right? So 500 signifies, well, it used to signify 5.0 V8, but now it signifies that it's the performance variant, because obviously this does not have a 5.0 V8, which Lexus maybe do a special edition. That'd be fun. But yeah, it's so fast. But yeah, that's what the RX 500H is about. It's about having performance. It's still pretty economical. So look at it as performance first, economy second. Let me know what you guys think about the RX 500H.